Well, now the studio now want to welcome the head of the police media, when Assistant Commissioner of Police, Brema Kamara. Good morning, police media, and welcome to the program. Good morning, Salon.
Good morning.
All right, I believe say you don't follow the program before you come to studio. We get the president for the Salon Bar Association, and self we get a civil society activist. We then you work now for look at the rule of law. All them two guests there, so don't condemn the actions of the police, especially way campaign the way how on handle the issue we get for do with a popular musician when Alhaji Amadou Lamanaba, where people can call LAJ. The police be arrested him from Sunday last week to now, and according to a lawyer and a relative, them up till now they're not able to get access to the detainee owner gets now on one pound holding center there where people they call Benghazi. Just start for give background as to what bring the arrest of this particular musician what they talk about.
Yeah, thank you very much for let's take the opportunity for talk to the public. At the end of the day, the public will make informed decision based on the perspectives of where they come. And firstly, on the 12th, when last week, was it last week Sunday? One of the Sundays of this month. I take me to go watch football in Guinea. I have to make understand. Then drive into one place now, main motor road, Lyonko, go by the field. And all of a sudden, they put up fight. The same one where they pay, jog and back again. Same one we pay. Jog the money back from the people, put up fight, and then they moved on. We get to go arrest them. Just imagine from main motor road. Therefore, go arrest an up gun. So we say else with the investigator allegedly for robbery with aggravation, where a felonious offense, a serious offense. And so then have custody. And then at the end of the day, we decide say, no, it's just a matter of this is what we have at the SOP. The SOP where they operate now, that holding center, that whoever go there, especially for male, especially from male way, we say we look at your well-being, we look at your health.
The SOP only implied for that holding center?
For that, I'm talking about that holding center. Let's talk about it now because I end the issue under discussion. And so, because of your health, because of your safety, because of security, we decide to implement within the SOP. And also people they say you not get any legal basis. But you get legal basis, honestly.
But this holding center, what they talk about, Assistant Commissioner of Police, not only first thing is, the police don't hold this particular detainee, now this particular holding center, if I can remember, twice now. But the SOP where you say it implied for this particular holding center, the police not ever implement them. Why now?
No, now things that happen, they lead you to, and that's why they make law itself where they make. Now things that happen in society where they make people and say, okay, let me do this. If you look at the Sexual Offences Act, the Amendment Act, so because of the multiplicity of complaints, we will get all over the place for sexual penetration. You decide for a pillar.
So what is
special? So the clever amendment.
What is special?
No, if I not give the background, if you ask me question,
Commissioner, what is special about this alleged crime of robbery with aggravation, where make the police decide for implement this SOP owner say it already be done they exist for this particular holding center?
The question
is, when I don't hold this person. Now this holding center, not to the first 10 this, not to the second 10 this. The police not ever implement this SOP. Why now? What is special with this crime?
The question is, this is what will happen. I know the first it will happen to. The question there is no. The time when they develop the SOP for that place, following the post where we get people, we don't even get somebody we end up for loss of life in there. You know that? Where is the officer? Understand? We also don't get people in. We don't go the we make a lot of attempt for do a lot of things. So now that time they develop the SOP. So now I tell you the SOP come into force, now they implement. So the time they go the SOP not be there in force.
So now like I say,
what is BNT? We don't do before they come before they come
say the term where the SOP come into place, now that the implementer.
No, the implementer.
So then they ask
the time we go in the SOP they force.
Sunday,
the time we go in now.
Where police arrest and that time they will not develop this SOP.
No, the time we go in now. The time we go in now on the 12th. The SOP already in existence now.
So
The previous one they go, by then it was not in force. But the tell you good now, it don't in force. And so we have to implement it. And before you go there, some other people don't go there before. The same thing will happen to them.
This same you know, say the bar association are one where they don't condemn and say it illegal.
Look at the legality of maybe we'll go back now court and court will discuss them. But me they say, look clear, this is very important. This me get the conviction, say it get legal basis.
So Assistant Commissioner.
No, clear this one. I beg. This is very important. This is not the same way. Now the argument there.
Okay, continue.
I might be right or wrong. No law get somebody who get person guy the interpreter. Understand? I might be wrong or right. So, but look at the legal basis, waiting the constitution, waiting the law say. If you read Cap 150 of the laws of Sierra Leone of 1960, if you look at Cap 150, Section 65, give the police power for make standing orders. Then at the generic form. Well, 65(8) of that one, they tell you say the police provide standing orders for the one of having for one cell and the people where they inside the cell. But all left Cap 150 because we sit down in 1960. 4 years after, when 1964, when the Police Act of 1964. Check Section 59, subsection 6. It is still there. So which means waiting in a Cap 150 was adopted in the 1964 Police Act. I'm still coming. And then people will say, I know people will talk about Section 17115. Now the Constitution, where they say, anything we know they in tandem, any law we know they in conformity with the Constitution is a nullity. But let me check Section 188 of the same Constitution we talk about. We adopt the 1964 Police Act. So which means whatever we do with inside the Police Act, illegal.
ACP.
So
that's my argument. This is very. Let's get this clear. We have
as so they talk about the legality. Law also not forget say certain set of people go visit this detainee when I eligible they talk about when I in brother, colleagues, musician, a producer, and also a female musician where the police they also allegedly arrest them where they now in a custody at the same time and when they shave their hair also. But this female musician, we Nastazi, the same day the police be release them. Why all in your case different from the other people who are detained, we still in a custody?
Stasi on the same issue.
Yes.
I have to check that one. I don't even know whether
where I say police get arrested.
I know they make so many arrests, but individuals by name.
But you
I don't know them by.
Police
I know people were arrested. I know people were arrested, including where somebody where they say in brother. Understand? But Stasi, I don't even know. If you put on film, I don't even know his name.
Commissioner,
honestly, I don't even know Stasi this.
Commissioner, looking at this whole situation of LEJ, let me know the reason why it's still there. Because yes, in any case, you get two sides of it. The complainant we go raising concern, okay, in case go to the police or law enforcing body. Is it that LEJ in detain one still based on the complainant or on the law enforcing body when at the police for ensure say, discipline them?
It did it because the law say for did it. The law give me power under Section 17, subsection 3 of Act number 6 of 1991 for detaining for something up to 10 days. I know what you understand. So we still within the law as provided for. Understand? So then you did it. But I'll tell you say before the day done, or probably before going tomorrow, you go there and say you don't charge the list.
So the manner and way how the law enforcing body don't treat the police, how you go describe them, professional or legal? Because other set of body them don't describe this as something with demeaning to a human right.
Normally, I say issues of professionalism is subjective. Now, how you see them and how me see them.
So you will come up.
So me, from your side, we've done the right thing. We don't do things every day within the ambit of the law.
Injecting him and shaving off his hair and the right thing?
You read the press release, there's not like injection.
But that was just putting in people.
Well, let me refute them. We can very clearly. You know, if you read press release, it's there.
Inject them with a red substance. Now, one way, the police deny from the press release una pull.
We did that.
And also allegation of a broken rib, don't they come out? And on Friday, where people be they expect say if or appear in a court, it not be appear in a court. The other people them where the police arrest, we go visit them, then be appear in a court. And allegation are that now because of medical condition make able appear in a court on Friday. How to this be?
LJ with the other people that arrest different offenses then they investigate them for. One day we will fall under 17.3b, one day we will fall under 17.3a in terms of detention. So those ones we are dealt with and they don't done. They're not telling us about aggravation. I mean,
so
a public order offenses. A public order offenses.
Arrest.
A public order offenses.
The other people will go visit them where the police.
A public order offenses.
So how about the one they owner arrest on Friday? We go.
I tell you, all I need to go now. That is what I'm saying. A public order offenses.
So
and then be holding for. Understand? LJ, you say, a different one. We are looking at the Lasting Act of 1916. Wouldn't be anchored for robbery with violence. So now two different laws of the operate on. Two different ones.
Commissioner, other view they go say the whole issue of LJ, the issue of alleged robbery, and looking at how they deal with this matter, so much emphasis and some of the treatment to them, we see other organizations they don't condemn, say don't exceed or go beyond on a mandate. I mean, you think say this not just because of alleged robbery, or there is more to it?
We exceed, but that is like I say.
So why the need for
some other people, but I don't tell you say that the SOP where they exist. I don't show you the legal basis where we use, where they exist in that place. I make them very clear.
But from
I start with Cap 150. Understand? Section 65. Where 65 we give the generic. They're going to specifics. The specifics now are particularly mention 8. Understand? Then from there we move to 1964 when the Police Act, Section 59. Understand? Subsection 6. I make them very clear.
Right.
Then say any law not in conformity with the Constitution, nullity. Section 171, 115 of the Constitution. Let me make reference to Section 188.
Okay.
We adopt the 1964 Police Act.
Continue for the way too.
So which means.
All right, we'll come back to you, Assistant Commissioner of Police. Quickly, Lord, bring in the lawyer now. We also double as the president for the Salon Bar Association. Listening to the police spokesman this morning, he don't try to justify the police action where una they condemn. According to Ramna existing SOP where they for this particular holding center, and according to Ram, feel say there as the police don't overstep the limits we campaign human rights actions we didn't take for LJ. With all then justification there, so we the police don't make with what una put on a press release, you think say it add up?
Obviously no.
Okay.
The man a policeman a lawyer, so we all get we mandate and we all know what's in our job and what we do. Looking at the Constitution, Section 20, where with the right, we say no person shall be subject to any form of torture or any punishment or other treatment which is inhuman or degrading. Yeah. And then you go below that. The section where they below that, when I said 22, they say anything where they inconsistent with this provision, whether it been under in existence before, by the provision of this section 1, that provision they already do illegal. Yeah. So then Lord they are with
ACP Kamara.
ACP Kamara point out to 1964. Now all law them. So like how we can say people are moving, we're progressive, yeah. These laws were there, and then in 1991 we say we're a progressive nation and we want things for go on this way. We make laws, we make the Constitution when the one where anything where they inconsistent to the Constitution nor get any effect. It say will be void and of no effect. In SF quota 171. The one where they talk about Police Act 188, the Constitution 188, it just establish, like how the Constitution they establish every other agency, establish Office of President, establish Judiciary. It just give efficacy to the establishment. But then the Constitution clearly states and say back, anything where they at variance with this Constitution and the provision they inside the null and void. And with regards this torture in particular, if you look at Section 22, it clearly states that anything where we done there before, if it contravenes 21, is of no effect.
So how they get a twist from the Salone police in terms of letting people understand the law, where they take action of, where they get people in, and then sell, where they ensure say they apply disciplinary action? Why are we having a twist? Because what you say with waiting ASPC na a total different thing.
Well, I don't know what are the issues here, because obviously they think they are acting within the law, but we now they tell them say they are not. If you also look at international treaties where Sierra Leone don't sign, for example, CAT, it go tell you it protect people from inhuman and degrading system treatment. And as I don't say, probably the SOP then they be applicable before now. But this is a progressive nation. We are moving forward. We for make sure say we move in the direction for protect people their human rights, basic human rights. If I am arrested and accused of an offense, I have a right to a solicitor. I have a right to speak to him confidentially. Anybody who also a victim, at the same time the victim himself, he get rights to a fair hearing. So that is why we are calling at this stage, say, let them hurry up with this process, let them do what they're supposed to do within the ambit of the law. So that victim, they self when they say when the victim of the alleged assault and violence and aggravation, himself go get justice, because himself your justice lie within the law. Okay. So as police, if you want for maintain law and order, if you want to provide justice for people, there is a procedure, there is a process, there are laws. Do it within the ambits of the law. But this explanation where Inspector ASP Giwiso, all what.
Okay, Michael Aswalo, continue for the way to inside the program.
Quickly, Khadija, I go back to waiting we Assistant Commissioner of Police say a very not good boss. The way how you want let members of public believe say what you do justified legally. It's not the law. You get, with respect, you get a wrong appreciation of the law. What you are suggesting is that by the Police Act, we refer to now, even now make SOP, we say president and a police cell na 14 years. What they refer to, if you go to Section 20, my colleague they refer to, and the various provisions, they tell you, say, if any law day before the 1991 Constitution, where they clearly spell out punishment, that law day, the Constitution adopt them. So, for example, before the 1991 Constitution, we get law where they allow what? Death penalty. Mm-hmm. So it's clearly stated laws or pre-existing laws before the Constitution, and the Constitution adopt. Not to follow it come in 2021 and say we SOPC for shave off here. Apart from the fact that it's degrading and that's a violation of the Constitution, it is blatant abuse of human rights, and many international systems are established and they as a blatant abuse of person. A suspect, and this is the point that we have to understand. We're talking about the suspect, so I want to clarify that. Now, so the point where they make, Khadija, it's important that we have in this conversation, and the best the police can do in their circumstances now for make sure so they own up and talk, say, yes, we went wrong. They don't have to be, I don't know if, they don't have to be willing, but that's the right thing to do. Then therefore, wash themselves and say that to themselves and come out to the public and say, we will not do this in the future because it is wrong and no police force should be forcefully shaving off a suspect's hair. If you investigate and drop the charges, if you investigate, you charge, they acquit the man. How you go compensate for that in here? If they in here, this man an artist, keep in mind, this man an artist. That in here, now added value to in stage. People don't think through these things. It's just, the way they discuss it is very casual. For say artists to in here, they add value to in stage waiting self, beauty and all of that. You go cut in here and later then discharge them, or even not even charge them. They say no, na SOP. Who's SOP? Please, as State Commissioner of Police, I maintain me cool, but some things can be annoying. Law not do that one day. Law will make an undertaking as a police force, even before the IPCB investigation. By the way, your questions about the injector, the torture arm, all of that, my hope, and I'm sure we all should work collectively towards that, is the IPCB will investigate, and that by God in power, LAG will get witnesses, we're not to police, we're not to police officers.
So